Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I wanted to do a video where it's easy, fast makeup. I know I've done a 5-minute makeup routine, but I wanted to do something today where it's not edited from the beginning of application of makeup to the end to give you a realistic view of when I'm in a hurry and I want to put on a little something. What do I do? There are a lot of steps that I skip. Now, I think this sort of routine can be tailored person to person, and you have to decide what is the most important thing you want in your look, and then cut out all the extraneous stuff. So, for me, I have some different requirements. 1, I want my under eyes to not look so dark. 2, I always wear lipstick or a lip gloss or some sort of a lip product. I need a little bit more definition to my brows, but I don't want too much. And I drop out things like bronzer and primer and really excessive eyeshadow. There are days that I don't even wear any eye makeup at all. Today I will have on shadow and mascara. So I thought we'd just jump into it. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being subscribed. And I don't have anything on my face but my skincare and my sunscreen. And I'm just gonna start with a little bit of concealer. So I usually end up putting it where I think I need the most coverage. My nose gets a little red during the day. I have some redness here. I have some dark spots here. And this may look like it ends up looking like foundation everywhere, and it might, but it's really only pulling out the wand once and whatever's on there, distributing to various places around my face, and then tapping the rest of it in to make sure that it works. The other thing that I do is I make sure I don't use too high coverage of a concealer, because something like my favorite Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer doesn't blend in as easily to my skin, and I have to spend more time getting where the concealer ends and the real skin starts to blend. And if I'm in a hurry, I don't have time for that. Cat hair. Ugh. Always cat hair. Oh, I love my cat, but then moments like this, I wish she was bald. Another thing I don't ever really do is try and fully get rid of my dark circles. I have very serious dark circles. I'm 45. I have had dark circles my entire life, and I realized that the amount of makeup I would have to put on would seriously cake that, and I'm not willing to do it. All right, so that's all I'm going to do there. I am going to swipe on some powder, just some loose powder, underneath my eyes. And then with a larger brush, because it'll go faster, all over the rest of my face. What this ends up doing is helps to set down any of my, where the cream concealer went, as well as making sure that my sunscreen isn't still tacky and would catch, if I'm using a powder product over the top like a blush or a highlight, it's not going to catch in certain areas and skip in others. So if I powder the whole face, I'll have a better application overall. I already feel like that's a lot better. All right, so now I am going to put on a little bit of blush. I try not to do too much of this, but I feel like my face looks so much more like a live person with blush. Some people, it's bronzer for them. I spent so many years not using bronzer, so if I'm going to pick either bronzer or blush, it's going to be blush almost 95% of the time. There are days in the summer, if I want a bronzier look, I'll skip the blush and just use the bronzer, but in the winter time, I cannot skip blush. That's when I look like a ghost, and I am not going for the ghostly look, even though sometimes I feel like I have a ghostly pallor. I'll also dip into just a little bit of highlight, and I think that on a lighter look like today, I prefer to use one that's not too much, that's close to in tone to my skin, so it's not too icy or too blingy. This is an Ofra highlight, so it does have a lot of wattage behind it, but I try and put it on lightly and not dip in too much, and then just kind of buff it into my skin. And I like to hit the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and a little bit here. All right. At this point, I feel like I need a little something on the brow. So I'm just going to take a tinted mascara tinted brow mascara or tinted fiber gel. This is the Benefit Give Me Brow. On lighter days when I'm wearing less makeup in general, I don't bother with a pencil. I just get this to do the heavy lifting. And I don't need my brows to be perfect. This one here has the least amount of hair, so I spend a lot of time back combing on the left side in the last half of the brow just to get some product laid down. And then I'll go through and brush everything up and out. For shadow today, I'm just going to use one of the Colourpop Super Shock shadows. I'm using the shade Birthday Girl. It's a really pretty shade where it's a little bit sparkly, metallic, but they wear really well. And that's what I like. And on days like this, I don't worry about anything in the crease. Some days if I'm using bronzer instead, I'll use bronzer on the face and bronzer in the crease and call it a day. But today I thought I'd use a little something sparkly on the lid. So I haven't primed my eyelids. I'm just going to lay this down here, and it's going to be super fast and super easy. And I feel like having cream products for a situation like this really helps. And then the finger that I don't have the product on, different finger kind of to like blend the edge. So it's not terribly precise, but it does give you just a hint of sparkle. I will curl my lashes, throw on some mascara, and then all I need is some lipstick. I used to skip curling my lashes when I was going fast with makeup, and then I realized I don't have those type of lashes. My lashes need just a little itty bit of curl, and it makes a world of difference. And on days like today with a lighter makeup look, sometimes I'll just hit the top lashes and not the bottom. But that, of course, is totally up to you. A lot of times I won't do any eye makeup. I'll put on my brows and I won't wear any eyeshadow or any mascara or any eyeliner. I'll just go, you know, nothing on the eyes but with a bright lip. Oh, I feel like I'm missing the ones right here in the front. Mascara adds so much, but my lashes are so finicky. I have to be careful how I apply it. I just got somewhere I don't want it. Inevitably, that would happen today. So I'm just going to use a neutrally pink lipstick. I already had lipstick on from earlier today. I've been running some errands. But it wasn't this one. That might be too pink. Maybe I need a little bit of depth. You ever do that? You look and you adjust and go, not quite. I feel like that's better. I also feel just by taking a look at it, like I need a little something more in this brow here. So I'll go back with my Gimme Brow. This is what's in my Project Pan, and I'm only using Project Pan stuff today. I feel like it's a great way to use the things I know that work well for me while trying to finish up the products that I've kind of deemed the ones I need to really focus on for this year. It's always the outer half of my brows that need the color and attention. All right, there we go. That's what I do. So at this point, I feel like I've spent I can't tell you how much time. I would say maybe like 7 minutes. I'll put the actual time up on the screen for you, but it doesn't really take me that long. Now, if you're one of those people who really relies on foundation, take your time with your foundation, your concealer, and your powder, and limit other areas of your face. Make sure to use products that you know you can rely on, that blend quickly, that look most skin-like for you. That way you won't look like you're wearing a lot of makeup. And then focus on, for me, it's always a lip. I'm surprised I did an eye today, because normally I'll do brows and like a bright bold, like a red lip or a hot pink lip or a coral lip, something like that. But that's where I like to hang my makeup hat on, like that's like my go-to. But I think that it really comes down to whatever features you like to play up about yourself. If it's your eyes, minimal everything else and do something fun but fast with your eye. And you'll know what it is. It's whatever you have a lot of in your collection. Lipstick has always been my first love. For some other people, it's all about that perfect skin. And if you can do that with just a little bit of bronzer, blush, and highlight, and then leave the rest to like lip gloss and a whisper of mascara, you'll have a really great look going on. So that's what I wanted to do today, is just show you. I don't always do like, you know, like 7 shadows on the eyes and a ton of makeup. It's light a lot, and it's very bright and skin-like, and it gets touched throughout the day and messed up. But makeup like this, it wears well because there's not a lot of it. And I feel like when I am wearing a lot of makeup, that's when I'm more fearful of, like when my phone is close to my face, or I give somebody a hug, I'm worried about makeup transferring off onto their shirt or coat or what have you. I feel like that's more likely to happen with the more makeup I wear. And the less makeup I wear, there's just not a lot of it. Thank you for watching today. Let me know if you have a minimal routine. What are the steps that are your absolute must for you? And then what are your products that you rely on for those steps? I'd love to know that in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.